Okay, after watching a bit of Kay Podgy, and how she's finding scriptures to be cyclical and cyclical, I'm starting to notice the same thing. For example, Genesis, it's the beginning, but it's also the end. Hang on. I hope I listen to half decent music. Example. Chapter 6. Verse 9. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless in his generation. Noah walked with God. And Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight, and the earth was filled with violence. Now look around. And God saw the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted their way on earth. Transhumanism, transsexuals. Now, Japan's openly admitted that they've been doing experiments with chimeras, and they've got half man, half pigs. Been into eugenics. A lot of this has also been coming out in the Epstein files. Corrupted flesh. And God said to Noah, I have determined to make an end of all flesh, for the earth is filled with violence through them. Behold, I will destroy them with the earth. I have determined to make an end of all flesh, for the earth is filled with violence through them. Even those who are not corrupted are still corrupted, because they will not take a stance on it, for or against. You talk to anyone, I can't comment on that. Why? Why can't you comment on it? If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. Chapter 7. Then the Lord said to Noah, Go into the ark, you and all your household, for I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation. The only complete family who has not interbred, crossbred, messed with their genetics, and hold a righteous stance on that's wrong. Don't do that. It's bad for you. Take with you 7 pairs of all clean animals, the male and his mate, and a pair of the animals that are not clean, the male and his mate. Seven pairs that are clean, 7 pairs that are not clean. Seven to save, 7 to eat. So with the not clean ones for food, For it is not what you eat that poisons you, because it is passed through the body. But it is the words that come, it is what comes out of your mouth that is unclean, because it poisons the heart. Huh? And 7 pairs of birds of the heavens, also male and female, to keep their offspring alive on the face of all the earth. For the 7 days I will send rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. For in 7 days I will send rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and every living thing that I have made I will blot out from the face of the ground. Blot out from the face of the ground. I'm not trying to speculate that I know what or where the ark is or whatever, but there's an awful lot of funny stories about the moon, isn't there? Being hollow and so forth. We don't know how big it is. How far away is it really? We don't know. Only what NASA tells us, and NASA lies about everything. What's 3-hour Atlas? We don't know. Something sketchy going on with that. We can get beautiful, like Angry Pepper was saying, show us the rings around Saturn, and we can get a beautiful picture of that. 4K, high quality, high definition. Show us 3-hour Atlas, and it's always pixelated and blotchy and fucked up. It's either not there, or it's something they don't want us to see. Not really. Is that Jerusalem coming down to earth? Well, God's Jerusalem, the real Jerusalem? To collect God's Israel? The people of Israel, not the nation state of Israel. Those who keep the commandments? Keep the commandments, people, I'm telling you. The commandments are the law. Any legislation or law that is written that sends you against the commandments is unlawful. At this point, I'm going to say voting is against God's law. The Amish know that, which is how we know the Amish never voted for Donald Trump. That was bullshit. Thou shalt not worship false gods or false gods or idols. Government is worshipping false idols. Like government is a false idol, and to vote for them is to worship a false god. I'm staunch on that one. I'm not even sure that we get another generation now. Is there a third testament? That's starting to sound a little bit Talmudic. Because now I've been corrected. We can't have heaven on earth. We can live a heavenly life, a righteous life. We can live on earth as it is in heaven. I've had that wrong. I've had that wrong all this time. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. We can live on earth as it is in heaven. It doesn't mean that we can have heaven on earth. I've had that backwards. But that's what the Jews are up to. They're trying to bring heaven to earth. They're trying to make earth heaven. Their digital little heaven that God gets no say over. Thinking that they can hide. They think they can hide in fucking data, in a worldwide database. If they can duplicate themselves. If they can duplicate themselves once, they can do it again and again. They can replicate themselves, they think. Yeah, I've been doing a fair bit of research into that, and I've figured out that that's what they're up to. They're trying to replicate themselves into a digital version that they think God will have no say over, because how does he have any control over a digital soul? Simple. He destroys the fucking planet. As we know it. He's done it before. Read Genesis. Noah. The days of Noah, and the flesh had been, the flesh of the animals and all the people had been corrupted, and through that came mass violence. Look around. All the flesh of the animals and the people has become corrupted, and through that has come mass violence. It's cyclical. It is. It's cyclical. But I reckon this is the last cycle. I could be wrong. I'm most certainly not a biblical scholar. I've read those chapters a few times, and now looking at it from this other perspective, thank you K Podgy, for G or whatever. God, I'm never going to get to the end of this. I can't seem to get out of Genesis. God bless you. Love yous all.